Good morning, my name is Mike, and this is the Outside Guide, and I review flashlights amongst other things. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Nitecore EDC27. Don't mind the face mask, the mesh, because it is just full of bugs out here today, and my dog and I are being eaten alive. So, before we get completely swallowed by all these bugs, let's take this inside. Sorry, Fairy, they bugging you? Oh yeah, she does not like this. Okay, we gotta turn around. Okay, so let's see what's inside the box here. So this here is the Nitecore EDC27 UHi. I've obviously already opened it. I've gone through it. Here's the manual. It's a little dog-eared because I've actually been using it. I'm not usually a manual guy, but this one was a little bit more complicated for the UI than I normally deal with. It does push out up to 3100 lumens in turbo, 1100 lumens in high, 200 lumens on mid-range, 65 lumens on low, and ultra low 15 lumens, and the strobe is 3000 lumens. And it says it can sustain a high 1100 lumens for 1 hour 35 minutes with a reach of 185 meters. Yeah, you know, it's got a good battery. Manual. We have here the warranty card. Over here we have a lanyard that I haven't actually installed yet. I open this damn bag. Cool lanyard too, I might add. Look at that. It's got a little clip here. It's got this nice handy dandy wrist guard, which is almost too tight for me, and I have just a normal size wrist. But that can be used for more than just your flashlight. So that right there, easily worth a couple extra bucks in my opinion. You never actually know when you're gonna need a paracord in the bush. Now the box itself says 1700 milliamp battery, level preset function, lanyard, USB-C charging cable, which, oh yeah, it's right here. USB-C to USB-A. On the box over here, mode button, power button, OLED display, USB-C charging port, pocket clip, anti-slip design. On this side, we have max output of 3100 lumens, max intensity of 23,500 candles, max distance of 305 meters, impact resistant 1 meter. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I just dropped it. It fell out of my backpack while I was walking, but no discernible damage. Nothing we can't live with. IP rating of IP54. Nice box. This is the light itself. Let's peel this off if I can. Just remember, kids, don't bite your fingernails. Now right there is the OLED display that they're talking about, and it shows the battery remaining 3.94 U. So you press it, then you press and hold. 2 hours and 46 minutes left on whatever it is I just turned on. It does have strobe. It does require a bit of getting used to because this here is a two-step button. So you can press it in a little, or you can press it in more. This here is the mode button. It kind of cycles through everything. We'll cover that when we're outside. And just all in all, the UI is a little difficult to figure out, but the manual helps. You'll get the hang of it eventually. USB-C charging port. This here is obviously your pocket clip. Non-slip design. All right, well, let's take it aside and see what it can do. Now, first impressions, what I like to do is I don't like reading manuals. I don't mind reading. I enjoy reading. I just don't like reading manuals. So one of the first things I notice about it is just the general design. I like the design. It's quite cool. It's just not very practical. I mean, it's the way I hold it, I guess it works fine for the way I hold it if I hold it like this, but I can't clip it to my backpack here. I can't clip it to my hat. So I can't use it for those two purposes. There's no magnet, but you know, it is quite a cool design. It's just not very practical. And the fact that there's no removable battery, I can charge the battery, I just can't remove the battery. Okay, now I'm a little bit lost. Let's we'll get it out here in the dark and we'll see how well it works. So this is first impressions of this Nitecore, because I like to give lights kind of a first test before I do anything with them, and I don't read the manuals. I just play around with the flashlight. And so far, it's really intuitive. It took me a second to kind of figure out the 2-button design here, but the power button, when you press it, it basically adjusts the lumens here. So it gets brighter and brighter, and then it has the display of how many lumens are actually being shown on the LCD screen. Yeah, there is a bit of a LED screen right here when you press it. So you press it once, then you press and hold it. And that gets it out as lock feature. So now it's got the 15 lumens out right there. So it says 15 lumens. And how long it's going to last for, so 45 minutes. 65 lumens, that'll last for 11 minutes 40 seconds. 200 lumens, 3 minutes and 23 seconds, or 3 hours 23. I have to figure that out. 1100 lumens, an hour 21 maybe. And then if I press and go for the super bright, 3100 lumens, and you can actually see it right there sliding down. Flash warning. This is the Nitecore EDC27 UHi. Heck of a name. Heck of a flashlight though. What I like about it, well, I like a lot of things about it, but it has 4 settings. It has 65 lumens, which is right here. 200 lumens right here. This here's 1100 lumens. And it just pierces that darkness right there. And then it also has this other button here that then makes it go 3100 lumens. There it is. Press, but don't press too hard. So that is 3100 lumens. And look at the cone when I do that. You can see it here. So that's a pretty wide cone. And then I press it and you can see it really kick in. So this has dual LEDs on it. And they're firing right here. And it has a 2-stage button. So if I press it, it will go bright. But if I really press it, it will strobe like that. So that's press 1. So that is 3100 lumens. And it goes so deep. Leave it on 1100 lumens for a second. It's a beautiful night, that is for sure. Very clear, a little crisp. We got a quarter moon over there behind those trees, and we got a sky full of stars. I just saw a shooting star right over there somewhere. I'm using my laser here to point it out, but yeah, it was right in that area. I just saw it zip by. So once again, this is the Nitecore EDC27 UHi. Gets a little warm though, not gonna lie, that gets a little warm. But that's not gonna be a problem because it's not gonna be touching your body at all. Like I don't think this is gonna even sit on a hat, to be honest. I'm trying to think of how this is gonna be positioned so I can use it more effectively. Now let me interrupt things here for a second and say that Nitecore has sent me some cool flashlights in the past, and I really like their headlamps. They've got great headlamps. I'll leave a couple of my favorites in the description below. This light, not one of my favorites. It's handy, it's really cool looking. It can do a lot of things and it's incredibly bright, but it just does not fit into my personal uses. It's not something I'm gonna use on a regular basis, but I'm sure someone will. That's probably why I'm gonna give it away to a subscriber or to someone on my Patreon page or something. We'll figure that out later. Yeah, nice light. Now, Nitecore did send this to me in exchange for a fair and honest review, which is what I'm giving them here. And I want to thank them for that. If you choose to purchase one for yourself, it will be down below in the description, along with the cool link to this, because this thing will save your bacon when you're out in the woods. It's worth every penny. But the light, so bright, honestly. This is just probably one of the brightest lights I've used in a long time. And it's handy to keep in a backpack. And I just like the design of it. I just can't see it fitting into my daily usage because I like to have my hands free. So that's why I like them to pin onto my hat or a headlamp, backpack, etc. This does none of those things. It's great if you're gonna hold it like this, but other than that, I mean, I don't see the use for it. I am being eaten alive today out here in Clairville, and I should have wore bug spray. In fact, I should be reviewing bug spray, but instead, we're gonna review this Nitecore EDC27